Good morning, everybody. Had a little bit of trouble getting started on the live stream here, so I'm gonna just stall for a minute or two just in case it's not connecting. But it's Thursday morning, and it's time for Second Cup. So I sort of started this during pandemic quarantine as like just a way to talk about real estate things and talk about life and do something while we were quarantined. And and then it sort of turned into, I don't know, I guess sort of a show. So hopefully it's helpful. I'm trying to mix up sort of real estate related information with some fun lifestyle things. So today's going to be a little weird. Today I'm calling it Second Cup Underground, and so we're going to talk about some things and what's going on underground under your house. So if you're a homeowner, tune in, and if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to put them in there, and I'll try to answer them as I go. And then if not, I'll definitely get back to you. So it was funny because a couple of weeks ago, I talked to Brian from our settlement company, and we touched a little bit on what is underground under your house. We talked about utility easements and how they affect if you want to get a pool, if you want to put in a shed, a fence, things like that. But then something came up during a transaction, and this is the thing. Every single transaction, you learn something. Every time a buyer buys or a seller sells, you learn something, or you're reminded of something that you learned a long time ago. And that's what's so fun about this. And I think I'll probably never run out of topics um, for Second Cup. So what came up was, are we going to talk about sewers? Yes, we're going to talk about sewers. So what's underneath your house? Um, Utilities, gas lines, water lines, um, sewer lines, electric in some cases, and you are responsible for those, believe it or not. Even though they belong to the utilities, they're under your house, they're under your property, and so you're responsible for them. So some of you may have seen, with your utility bills, you can get the couple dollars a month insurance protection. And that is an excellent idea, by the way. Get that insurance, it's worth it. You just never know what's going to happen underground. And it's always a big endeavor if something goes wrong. But what's getting the most attention these days is the sewer lines. And this is what came up for clients of mine, and it was gut wrenching. So um, what happened was a sewer camera test showed that the old terracotta sewer line was crushed. It was crushed from decades of tree roots and pressure, and just the fact that they were made of terracotta, and they were broken and crushed. And it was tens of thousands of dollars to fix it. And everybody always hears these horror stories, but until it happens to somebody that you know, or a neighbor, or God forbid you, it just doesn't seem like, oh, it's something I don't need to worry about. So let's talk about these sewer camera tests. What are they? Basically, a plumber comes and literally puts a camera through the sewer lines underneath your house to check to see if there are obstructions or cracks, or if they're broken. And this isn't just a problem where there's very old infrastructure. It can be a problem basically anywhere, because you're dealing with things underground. So who does them? Again, plumbers do them. There are some companies that do them, that only do these sewer camera tests, and in some cases, I would say they're probably the best ones to go to, because you can have the confidence of knowing that you know it's not somebody trying to get a big excavating and repair job out of you for a non-issue. But if you have a plumber that you trust, that's the go-to person to do these tests. Some people require them. So if you are living in a municipality that requires them and you're thinking about selling your house at some point, talking about municipalities like Baldwin, Brentwood, um, Mount Lebanon, Upper St. Clair, in the east, Plumboro, I believe Oakmont, North Huntington in the east. So a lot of these municipalities are actually requiring them. So when you put your house up for sale, you have to have one of these sewer camera tests, and it has to have a video and it has to pass, or you're not able to sell your house. I'll tell you, that is not the time that you want to find out that there's something wrong. You want to find out if there's something wrong well before that. Because again, it could turn into tens of thousands of dollars in repairs. Um, so why do one? For that exact reason. So even if you're thinking of, selling at some point, it's a good idea to do one. If you're having plumbing work done already, it's a good idea to do one. If you're noticing things like water's draining slow, or you're getting those little backups in the basement when there's a huge storm or something, that could be a red flag that something's wrong. So it's a really good idea to have one of these camera tests. It's preventive medicine. I will say homeowners insurance does not cover backup, sewer backups. So it's become a really, really sensitive subject. It's become a really hot topic for buyers as well. So when buyers are doing home inspections and termite inspections and things like that, they're also doing these sewer camera tests. And again, the time to find out about it isn't when you're in the middle of the sale, when everything's hectic and you've already maybe negotiated your price and things like that, and then you get hit with this. It can be a gut punch. So it's one of those things that's really good preventative medicine, not only in those municipalities that require it. And if you ever have a question about whether or not your municipality requires it, please message me anytime. We have a whole list of who does and who doesn't. But it's just good preventive medicine no matter what, to know what's going on underground, what's going on under your house. Tree roots cause these problems, age causes problems, pressure from the ground. These lines used to be made of terracotta, and if you've ever experienced, a terracotta flower pot or something like that, they're porous and they break. And that's just what's happened in a lot of these older communities. So this might be the weirdest episode ever of Second Cup, talking about sewer lines, but it's important stuff. And that's what I hope to give you: good information each week, important topics, money saving topics, headache saving topics, and then some fun topics as well. So thank you for watching. Just one more thing, I want to remind everybody about my Refer Local, Support Local project. Basically, if you can connect me with a friend or family member or neighbor or anybody who is buying or selling or thinking about buying or selling, connect me with them and I will give you a $50 gift certificate to the local business of your choice. So it's a great way to support your local businesses, your favorite salon, your favorite restaurant, your favorite boutique, your favorite shop down the street, your favorite car detailer, anybody out there. Just connect me with a buyer or seller, and I will buy a $50 gift certificate for you for your favorite local business. We continue to have extremely high numbers of buyers interested in houses, and there are far more buyers than sellers right now. So when you're talking and you're out, talking to your neighbors or friends or family, if anybody's thinking about selling, it's a great time to do that and connect us. So again, I hope you found the information helpful. Please feel free to comment, like, share this. I hope it's good information. That's my goal. If you ever have any questions or you're interested in a certain topic, I can put together a show based on that. So please message me anytime. And thanks for watching Second Cup. Hope you all have a great week and a great weekend.